In music, a quartet or quartet is an ensemble of 4 singers or instrumental performers, or a musical composition for 4 voices or instruments. Classical equals string quartet equals. In classical music, the most important combination of 4 instruments in chamber music is the string quartet. String quartets most often consist of 2 violins, a viola, and a cello. The particular choice and number of instruments derives from the registers of the human voice, soprano, alto, tenor and bass. In the string quartet, 2 violins play the soprano and alto vocal registers, the viola plays the tenor register and the cello plays the bass register. Composers of notable string quartets include Joseph Haydn, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, Ludwig van Beethoven, Felix Mendelssohn, Franz Schubert, Johannes Brahms, Anton and Vo unregistered trademark AK, Alexander Borodin, bar copyright La Barta Cubed K, and Dmitri Shostakovich. The Italian composer Luigi Boccherini wrote more than 100 string quartets. Less often, string quartets are written for other combinations of the standard string ensemble. These include quartets for 1 violin, 2 violas, and 1 cello, notably by Carl Stamitz and others. And for 1 violin, 1 viola, and 2 cellos, by Johann Georg Albrechtsberger and others. Piano quartet equals. Another common standard classical quartet is the piano quartet, consisting of violin, viola, cello, and piano. Romantic composers Beethoven, Brahms, and Mendelssohn each wrote 3 important compositions in this form, and Mozart, Vo unregistered trademark AK, and Gabriel Fauré copyright each wrote 2. Other instrumental quartets equals. Wind quartets are scored either the same as a string quartet with the wind instrument replacing the first violin or are groups of 4 wind instruments. Among the latter, the SATB format with wind quartet of flute, oboe, clarinet, and bassoon is relatively common. An example of a wind quartet featuring 4 of the same types of wind instruments is the saxophone quartet, consisting of soprano saxophone, alto saxophone, tenor saxophone and baritone saxophone or. Often a second alto may be substituted for the soprano part or a bass saxophone may be substituted for the baritone. Vocal quartet equals. Compositions for 4 singers have been written for quartets a cappella, accompanied by instruments, such as a piano, and accompanied by larger vocal forces, such as a choir. Brahms and Schubert wrote numerous pieces for 4 voices that were once popular in private salons, although they are seldom performed today. Vocal quartets also feature within larger classical compositions, such as opera, choral works, and symphonic compositions. The final movement of Beethoven's Ninth Symphony and the Verdi Requiem are 2 examples of renowned concert works that include vocal quartets. Typically, a vocal quartet is composed of soprano, mezzo-soprano, tenor, and baritone or bass, for mixed ensembles. Or, first tenor, second tenor, baritone, and bass, for male groups. Or, first soprano, second soprano, mezzo-soprano, and contralto, for female groups. Or, tenor, lead, baritone, and bass, for barbershop style. Baroque quartet equals. The Baroque quartet is a form of music composition similar to the trio sonata, but with 4 music parts performed by 3 solo melodic instruments and basso continuo. The solo instruments could be strings or wind instruments. Examples of Baroque quartets are Telemann's Paris quartets. Jazz quartets are popular in jazz and jazz fusion music. Jazz quartet ensembles are often composed of a horn, a chordal instrument, a bass instrument and a drum kit. This configuration is sometimes modified by using a second horn replacing the chordal instrument, such as a trumpet and saxophone with string bass and drum kit, popularized by Miles Davis, or by using 2 chordal instruments. Popular music. In 20th century Western popular music, the term vocal quartet usually refers to ensembles of 4 singers of the same gender. This is particularly common for barbershop quartets and gospel quartets. Some well-known female U.S. vocal quartets include the Carter Sisters, the Forrester Sisters, the Chiffons, the Chordettes, the Lennon Sisters, and En Vogue. Some well-known male U.S. vocal quartets include the Statler Brothers, the Ames Brothers, the Chi Lights, Crosby Stills Nash and Young, the Dixie Hummingbirds, the Four Aces, Four Freshmen, the Four Seasons, the Four Tops, the Cathedral Quartet, Ernie Haas and Signature Sound, the Golden Gate Quartet, the Hilltoppers, the Jordanaires, Mills Brothers, the Rascals, and the Skylarks. The only known U.S. drag quartet is the Kinsey Six. Some mixed-gender vocal quartets include the Pied Pipers, the Mamas and the Poppers, the Merry Macks, and the Weavers. The quartet lineup also is very common in pop and rock music. A standard quartet formation in pop and rock music is an ensemble consisting of 2 electric guitars, a bass guitar, and a drum kit. This configuration is sometimes modified by using a keyboard instrument or a soloing instrument in place of the second electric guitar. References. Further reading, ALll, Ray. Singing in the Spirit, African American Sacred Quartets in New York City, in series, publication, S, of the American Folklore Society, New Series. Philadelphia, Penn University of Pennsylvania Press, 1991 XX, 2, 268p, Ellsworth B&W Photos. ISBN 0-8122-1331-9 PBK.